Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Now, who will win the battle? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer or Marcelo Bielsa? Now obviously I hope Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wins. Marcelo Bielsa is a very good manager. You know, he has got a good pedigree behind him. And Leeds have got some good players in their team. One of their key players is Patrick Bamford, and that is one player we've got to watch out for tomorrow. They've obviously got Rodrigo. A lot of Leeds fans have said that he hasn't really made an impact so far, but don't forget he did have COVID. They did get him during the summer from Valencia. They've also got Diego Llorente, but he will be playing tomorrow because he's out with injury. Leeds got him during the summer. They've obviously got Rafinha. He's a good player. They also got him during the summer. They've got Robin Koch. He definitely won't be playing tomorrow because he's out until January. They've obviously got Calvin Phillips. He's another one of their key players. He came back not so long ago. They've got Liam Cooper as well. Got that Jack Harrison. I heard that a lot of people don't really rate him because he obviously needs to improve on his crossing. They've obviously got Alioski. They've got Stuart Dallas. He's been at Leeds for quite a long time. They've obviously got Adam Forshaw. He's currently out with injury. They've got that Berardi. He's out of injury, so he won't be playing tomorrow. Even if he had been available, he still wouldn't have played because he doesn't regularly get in Leeds' team now anyway. So yeah, few players we've got to definitely watch out for. Now, Leeds won their last game. They beat Newcastle by 5-2. And they're sitting like, 13th or 14th or something like that in the Premier League. Now, they have obviously played Arsenal this season, drew with them. They played City, got a draw out of them. Played Liverpool on the opening day, just lost 4-3. Played Chelsea, lost to Chelsea 3-1. Obviously, they've beaten Everton 1-0. They've been battered a few times this season. Obviously, lost to Palace 4-1. Lost to Leicester 4-1. But yeah, this will be a very good game. Leeds obviously won the championship last season. That was their first trophy in 28 years. The last trophy they won before the championship last season was the old First Division back in 1992. They was out of the top flight for around 16 years because they did get relegated back in 2004 because obviously they lost all the money. Leeds have not beaten us at Old Trafford in the Premier League since 1981. So that's a good 39 year ago. This is the first Premier League meeting between us and Leeds since 2004. The last time we played them was in pre-season in the summer of 2019. We're beating them by 4-0 in Australia. Played them almost 10 years ago in the League Cup, beating them by 3-0. and obviously played them in the FA Cup third round back in 2010. We lost that 1-0. Jermaine Beckford had scored. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how Ole Gunnar Solskjaer lines up tomorrow. I've already given you my starting 11 prediction for the game. I give you it this morning. I think we are going to go with David De Gea in goal. Go through with you again. Wan-Bissaka at right back. The two centre-halves, Victor Lindelof and Harry Maguire. Left back, Luke Shaw. Midfield, Paul Pogba, McTominay. Bruno Fernandes, I think, will be ahead of them two. Then I think we'll go with Rashford on the left, Mason Greenwood on the right, and Anthony Martial up top. But yeah, he will make around probably 3 changes from the 3-2 win against Sheffield United. Now, I thought we performed quite well against Sheffield United. Obviously, we performed when we equalised, but we had a bad start to the game because obviously Sheffield United were pressing us. They obviously took the lead in the first 5 minutes. Obviously, it came from an error from Dean Henderson. That was actually Dean Henderson's second start in the Premier League for Man United. Obviously, Harry Maguire was partly to blame as well because obviously he was the one that passed it back. But yeah, it was McGoldrick that got the goal anyway. Then obviously Sheffield United could have gone 2-0 up because obviously they had that John Fleck chance, just went wide. But yeah, like I said, as soon as we equalised, we took charge of the game. Obviously Marcus Rashford scored a fantastic equaliser. He scored 2 goals in the game. And Anthony Martial, he got his name on the score sheet and also got an assist. And Victor Lindelof got an assist in the game against Sheffield. And he played a lovely through ball to Marcus Rashford. But Lindelof was to blame, obviously, for Sheffield United's second because he was the one that headed it on. And then, obviously, it fell to McGoldrick. But we was obviously expected to beat Sheffield United anyway. They've been abysmal this season. You know, Sheffield United are bottom of the league and they haven't even won a game yet in the league this season. They've only registered 1 point. And I've been surprised at Sheffield United because actually last season they was very, very good. You know, the finish was at 8th or 9th. But yeah, Chris Wilder's definitely going to get sacked. Away from home, we have been very, very good. Because when we beat Sheffield United on Thursday, we became the first team to win 6 successive away games after conceding first in a single Premier League season. And we've won our last 10 away games in a row in the league. We haven't lost away from home in the Premier League since January. But what we're doing away from home, we need to replicate that at home. Now our home form is an issue. We've only won 1 game at Old Trafford this season in the Premier League, and that was the 1-0 win against West Brom, and you can say we was very fortunate to win that. Obviously, we're beating RB Leipzig at Old Trafford by 5-0, but we have been enjoying our worst start at Old Trafford for around 50 years. And obviously, the game against Leeds tomorrow is at Old Trafford. So, obviously, it actually would be better if it was at Ellen Road, because, like I said, our away form has been very, very good. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did mention quite a few stuff in his press conference building up to this game, like I've already updated you on. He's obviously confirmed that Edinson Cavani is available for this match. I don't think he'll start, to be honest with you. Obviously, Ole was asked about what's his take on, Edinson Cavani getting charged. And he basically just said that Edinson Cavani has apologised. Cavani has been charged by the FA for misconduct for the racist comment that he put on social media last month. And he's got until the 4th of January to respond to these charges as Edinson Cavani. And if he's found guilty, he's facing a 3-match ban. That's minimum. But Cavani has enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. Don't forget, Ollie said that at some point Harry Maguire and Victor Lindelof need a rest because they have started like our last 9 league games. Solskjaer mentioned that, they have been consistent this season. He mentioned that there was excellent last season, but there's obviously other options at centre-half as well. He did say that Eric Bay and Axel Tuanzebe have had minor injuries, but obviously now they are available. Solskjaer did say, by the way, he has been waiting years for our rivalry with Leeds to renew. But Ollie said he does expect a stun test. And obviously he did say that, Marcelo Bielsa has done a good job at Leeds. And he did mention when he scored them 2 goals against Leeds at Ellen Road back in 2002, in that 4-3 win. And Ollie also mentioned that Everton and Liverpool have got the advantage because obviously they're allowed 2,000 fans in the ground. But yeah, it's a must-win game for us tomorrow against Leeds. Obviously, after Leeds United, we are away to Everton in the Carabao Cup, and that's a big game for us. And Everton's going to be tough. They've beaten Arsenal today by 2-1. And then after Everton, we have got Leicester. And then after that, it's Wolves, and then it's Villa on New Year's Day. So games are coming up thick and fast for Manchester United. Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer did recently say that he wants Manchester United to mount a title challenge over this Christmas period. And Solskjaer said a few times this season that Manchester United can win the Premier League. I don't see us winning the Premier League this season, but as it stands at the moment, we are certainly in the title race and we have got a game in hand. We obviously haven't won the Premier League since 2013, so we haven't won it now for around 8 years. Now, I've already said to you, haven't I, if we can finish in the top 4 or maybe the top 3 this season, and if we can win a trophy, I think that would represent a very good season for Man United. Then that would give us something to build on. And I think there's a chance we could win a trophy this season. I think we could win the Carabao Cup, win into the quarter-finals. We could also win the FA Cup. We've not yet won a trophy under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era, and we haven't won a trophy now for almost 4 years. Now, obviously, it's very, very good that we are making plans for next year. Because obviously next year we are looking to make more signings. There has been a lot of players on our agenda. Now, earlier on today, I give you the news, didn't I, on David Alaba from Bayern Munich. He says that we're looking to sign David Alaba. Chelsea, Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG and Man City have also expressed an interest. Now, Alaba is into the final 6 months of his contract with Bayern Munich. He's been a long-serving player at Bayern Munich as well. Made over 400 appearances for them in all competitions. He's won 20 major honours at Bayern Munich. Hasn't he? He primarily plays as a centre-half and a left-back, but before he has been deployed as a central midfielder and he's been deployed on the left wing and the right wing. Before he was at Bayern Munich, he was at Austria Vienna, and don't forget he had a loan spell with Hoffenheim. And Alaba is the age of 28, so he is highly experienced, but obviously at the moment he's not played in the Premier League. Earlier on today as well, I give you the news on Biesla, currently plays for Brighton. It was stemmed from ESPN saying that Man United were interested in him. It says Liverpool are interested. They could go in for him in January, Liverpool, because Liverpool are seeing him as a long-term replacement from Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum's contract expires next summer. Barcelona want Wijnaldum. Arsenal and Monaco have also been interested in Biesla. But his agent has confirmed that there's around 6 clubs in for him. Brighton value him at around 30 million. Brighton paid £15 million for him from Lille back in 2018. And he's got a contract with Brighton until 2023, and he is a midfielder. Obviously, that Dayot Upamecano from RB Leipzig has been on our agenda. Don't forget, he's going to be available for around £36 million at the end of the season, because that's when his release clause does become active. It said from The Athletic not so long ago that we've actually culled our interest in him and we no longer consider him as a priority. Upamecano's got a contract with RB Leipzig until 2023. He's been at RB Leipzig now quite a few years. RB Leipzig only paid around £7 million for him from Red Bull Salzburg. Arsenal have been in for Upamecano. He's been a long-term target for them. It said earlier on in the season that Liverpool were in for him, because Liverpool have obviously got injuries. Virgil van Dijk's injured. Gomez is injured. Matip, I think, is now injured or was injured. Robertson was injured for them at one point, and so too was Trent Alexander-Arnold. So they are facing an injury crisis at Liverpool. Obviously, as well, we are back in for Jack Grealish. You know, he's another player on our agenda. Don't forget, we was in for Jack Grealish during the summer, but Villa said that they wanted around £80 million for Jack Grealish, and that put us off straight away. By the way, he has been banned from driving as Grealish. Jadon Sancho, I think we're definitely going to go in for him next year. Jadon Sancho. It says recent events at Borussia Dortmund could give us a boost in our pursuit of Sancho, because not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund sacked Lucien Favre because not so long ago lost 5-1 to Stuttgart, and they have been in a bad vein of form. During the summer transfer window, Sancho was our number one priority target, but obviously Dortmund said that they wanted £108 million and we was not willing to meet that valuation. But he said a few times during the summer transfer window that we'd agreed the personal terms and the agent fees had been agreed, but just couldn't come to an agreement on an actual fee, and that was the stumbling block. Dortmund said that we had until the 10th of August, to get Sancho, but we obviously failed to meet that deadline during the summer. Quite a few times during the summer, Fabrizio Romano and Bill's Christian Falk were talking a lot about the Jadon Sancho transfer saga. This is his 4th season now at Dortmund. Dortmund only paid £8 million in from Man City. I think he's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. He made an admission earlier on this season saying that, it has been hard for him so far this season. Ousmane Dembele, he's been in our agenda a few times. We inquired about getting him on loan during the summer. Erling Haaland, I think, we could also go in for him next year. So there you go. But we have revealed our transfer plans. We're looking to strengthen 4 positions. We're looking to get a centre-half in, a right-back, a holding midfielder and a right winger. It actually said that we're looking to make these 4 new signings in the summer, because it said we're actually going to focus more on the outgoings rather than the incomings in January. But I'm still expecting us to make at least 1 signing in January. These still deadwood at the football club that we do need to get rid of. I think we definitely need to get rid of Jesse Lingard. Now, recent reports have said that Sheffield United are looking to get Jesse Lingard on loan. his agent, I think the other week, was talking with Real Sociedad. Villa have also been in for Lingard, and it said that Celtic and Rangers were interested in him. Lingard doesn't get in our team now regularly, but don't forget there was a period where he didn't score one goal or one assist in the Premier League for over a year. Lingard is now into the final 6 months of his contract at Man United. But he's been part of the club for several years. I'm expecting Ighalo to leave in January when his loan expires. I'm expecting Jones to leave the football club. I think Rojo will leave because he's never really established himself as a first team regular since he came in. I think also too Sergio Romero will leave. Sergio Romero is obviously our third choice goalkeeper. James could leave next year. Pogba could. Mata could. Matic could. We could loan Brandon Williams out as well. There's been a lot of narratives about that. Southampton want him on loan. Williams is our third choice left back now following the arrival of Alex Telles. Obviously earlier on in the season there was rumours of Dean Henderson going out on loan. But like I said, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needs more backing because during the summer transfer window, and to be honest with you, since he got appointed in as Man United manager, should I say, he hasn't been backed enough by the board. Solskjaer a few times during the summer transfer window showed his frustration towards the board. But the board have backed on the managers that we've had since Ferguson left. But Woodward's come out several times to support Solskjaer, and he says he remains fully behind him, even though we enjoyed a poor start to the season and even though we got knocked out of the Champions League. So we'll have to see what happens. Solskjaer will still be Man United manager in the new year and possibly could still be Man United manager at the end of the season. It depends how things go from now to May, doesn't it? If this good vein of form continues, then obviously he's not going to be under hardly any pressure, or none, should I say. But he has been under so much pressure at Man United, quite a few times. But anyway, as you all know, today is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 2-year anniversary at the football club. We appointed him in December 2018, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. This is his second full season as Manchester United manager. He has won 67 games in the 110 games he's managed in all competitions, and he's under contract with us until 2022. I can't see him seeing out his contract, to be honest with you. Now, my concern about Solskjaer is his decision making, because in a lot of games he has made mistakes, and that's obviously what's cost us. I've said loads of times he's out of his depth at the football club, which I still think he is. And obviously he hasn't got that proven pedigree as a manager. Manchester United is the third club in his managerial career. So there is some negativity regarding Solskjaer, but there's also some positivity regarding Solskjaer as well. He did well in his first full season last season. He obviously has made good signings since he became Man United manager. He spent over £200 million and he's enjoyed 4 transfer windows at the club. We've seen a lot of players depart the club since he got recommended in. I like the way he's promoted the youth. He showed tactical flexibility, to be fair, in a lot of the big games. So there's definitely positives to take. And don't forget, last season went on a 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions. Ole is our 4th permanent manager since Ferguson left, because we've sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left, and that was Moyes, Van Gaal and Jose Mourinho. And we're not even really known as a sacking football club, are we? We haven't dominated English football since Ferguson left, but like I said time and time again, no manager at Man United or no manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy. You know, we spent a hell of a lot of money since Ferguson left. We spent over £1 billion on players, so people will say, reflect on the money we've spent, we should be much more of a commanding position than we are in. We've brought around 36 players in as well since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Can Solskjaer build the next Alex Ferguson side? That's the question. But Solskjaer's priority is leading the club to long-term success. That is his priority at the football club. Now, we've got good players at Manchester United. Like I've said to you, I think Marcus Rashford, he's a very, very good player. He's got that finishing asset. He gets good runs in behind. He scores goals. I think Rashford has 43 goals now under Ollie, by the way. I give you the news on him earlier on today. Reports have said that Man United will offer him a new 5-year contract worth £300,000 a week in the new year. Rashford's current contract runs out in 2023. And there's also an option of a further 12 months. He's on currently 200 grand a week at the moment. You know, Marcus Rashford has been part of the club for several years. I think he's been with us since 2005. He's been a United player since the age of 7, and he's been in our senior squad since 2016. I just think we need to keep Rashford out wide because that's where he's more effective. But a few times we've played him centrally, and he's put good performances out at times when he has played centrally. Obviously, Edison Cavani's very good. You know, he's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Manchester United career. Mason Greenwood's obviously a good player. He's done well recently, and Ollie's been defending Mason Greenwood a lot this season. Don't forget he's had personal issues, he had injuries, he was out with illness at one point. This is Greenwood's second season in our senior squad, and at the start of this season we give him that number 11 shirt. Anthony Martial, he's a good player when he wants to be. He hasn't been brilliant this season. He has been out of form and hasn't really been clinical. But to Martial's credit, he did put a good performance out against Sheffield United. You know, got his name on the score sheet and got an assist in that. But last season, Martial was good. He scored 23 goals in 48 games. Good in his debut season as well under Louis van Gaal was Anthony Martial. He's enjoyed a good 5 years or so now at the football club. We've played him out wide a few times when we played him this season, and sometimes we played him centrally. Ollie was the one that gave him that number 9 shirt. Juan Mata, you know, he's enjoyed good games as well this season for Man United. Bruno Fernandes is obviously a good player. He is our best player. I think Bruno Fernandes has created more chances than any other player in the Premier League this season. Obviously scored a lot of goals for us and provided assists. He obviously won Player of the Month for November. He has won that now though quite a few times, Bruno Fernandes, reflecting on his good performances. We paid £47 million in from Sporting Lisbon back in January. But yeah, he's the best player we've got and he's the best sign we've made since Ferguson left. And Bruno Fernandes did say, didn't he? He's come to Manchester to win trophies. He predominantly plays in that number 10. Maybe Bruno Fernandes does need a rest now because obviously Solskjaer's been overplaying him. I think he's played every game this season. Started every game, this season prior to one where he was benched. Donny van de Beek's also a good player as well. Hasn't played recently. He's made 2 starts so far in the Premier League, Donny van de Beek, and that was against West Ham. And he made his full Premier League debut against Southampton. Donny van de Beek, like I've said, is more effective in a deeper role. That's where we have been playing him, but you can play him in like 3 different roles. Paid £40 million for him for Ajax, like I said. Fred's also a good player as well. He's really, really impressed me this season as Fred. There's games where he showed good attacking intent and his defensive contributions being good. At times he dictated the play. Fred's been at the club now a few years, paid £47 million for him from Shakhtar Donetsk. To Paul Pogba's credit, he's really impressed me recently as well. Luke Shaw's done well. Just come back from a hamstring problem not so long ago. Tellez, I think he's enjoyed a fantastic start to his Man United career. Maguire, he's done well in games this season, but he's also enjoyed bad games. And Wan-Bissaka, he's impressed me in quite a lot of games as well this season. So these are definitely good players, and these players that have impressed me. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very soon.